Good afternoon. So in this video, I just want to talk with you guys real quick about happiness versus joy as a Christian. I gotta clear out my throat real quick. All right. I think we're good. I don't know what's going on with my throat, but happiness versus joy as a Christian. So as a Christian, sometimes we feel like happiness is something where it's dependent on a circumstance. Not even just as a Christian, man. Sometimes as people in general, we feel like happiness is dependent on a circumstance, depending on getting out of that terrible job, depending on having better grades at school, depending on getting good sleep and feeling better overall. But I'm reading this book called Self-Mastery right now, and in this book he talks about the difference between happiness and joy. And this is kind of like a Christian book, so he talks a lot about being able to live like this as a Christian. So in here it says that the difference between happiness and joy is happiness is based on circumstances. Joy is based on knowing who you are and who our God is. With happiness, it's based on having a good circumstance that makes you feel happy. It's a short-term pleasure that you feel. Joy is felt when you understand who your God is and just the overwhelming feeling of knowing who you are, that you're glorious, that you're created in His heavenly image, that you're made for great possibilities and all this stuff. So for us, he says that one of the greatest things we have to do is understand that it's not about the circumstance. It's not about where we are. It's not about trying to get out of where we are currently, but about trying to understand who we are and who our God is in these moments. So a lot of the times it's a battle between, sometimes we'll feel like, oh, we're not worthy. We don't feel like we're good enough. We feel like there's things that are hammering us down. There's people that are annoying us in our job or our space and environment. But then also, there's times, I don't know about you guys, but where you can understand a verse and you can bring a verse into this situation that you have. Like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. A lot of the times, if you're feeling bad, if you're feeling down, when we try out this verse, when we try to say this verse in our mind, we feel powered with strength. We feel happy. We feel joyous. All of a sudden, we're like, something comes over us in an instant. I don't know if you guys ever felt that, but if you have not, pick out a verse and it's going to help you with these moments. But I think that ties in with knowing who our God actually is. And not only knowing that, knowing who we are in Him. Because there's times where we are going to get down on ourselves and we're going to feel like, I can't do this. Like, Jake, I can't freaking do this because there's all these things going on back and forth in my life, and like there's so many distractions, so many reasons to be sad and upset. But sometimes we just have to speak faith over ourselves. And it's not always easy because we don't always know how to speak faith over ourselves to be able to go towards that joy of knowing who we are. Joel Osteen talked about it this time where there was this kid, and the kid came to him and he got a really bad grade on his test that was supposed to get him into, it was a really big test. He got this really bad grade and he was talking down on himself. He was like, I just don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. And Joel Osteen, I think I said Joel Osteen, but Joel Osteen went to him and he basically spoke faith over him. He started saying that you are powerful, you are prosperous, you are going, all these amazing faith-based, things to be able to say over him. And when he was saying that, all of a sudden the kid put a smile on his face. He got happy, he got excited, and he felt like he could do it. He went over there, took the test, and he got the best grade in his test he's ever gotten. Now, the grade of the test didn't really matter, but he had joy in the fact of not just in what Joel said, but the fact that he knew that he was God's heavenly creation. That he was God's heavenly creation and all these great things that have been spoke about him. Not just from Joel Osteen saying it, but because Joel Osteen is speaking what God has already said about him. When I listen to Joel Osteen, all of a sudden I get reminded about what God is saying about me. About these stories in the Bible that are able to help speak into a situation. It's not just Joel and him speaking, but he's speaking things from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So in these moments, like, I don't know if you guys listen to Joel Osteen, but it's just this way of speaking where you could be feeling bad about yourself, you could be feeling down, and all of a sudden he brings in what God has said and he puts it into your life and he applies it into your life. But now, maybe we can start doing that ourselves. Because it's not always going to be a specific sermon or a specific person that can speak faith into our life at these certain moments or certain things that we're dealing with. But what if we could start combating this negativity with speaking life and speaking faith into our lives? In these moments where we feel like we're down, we're out of it, what if we go to the Bible and we get reminded about what God would say about the situation? That's what I've been doing currently, man. Sometimes I'm gonna feel lonely. I go to the Bible, it talks about, you gotta be able to do it you gotta be able to do it in faith, knowing that the vision is coming, knowing that things are happening, and knowing that God is with you no matter what. God is going to speak with you. And all of a sudden, I get my joy back. I get happy again because I'm like, yes, that is what God said. That is who I am. I'm this heavenly sent person from God, and I'm okay. I'm going to be perfectly fine. So if you're dealing with a moment right now where you feel like this joy has been taken from you, there's somebody at your work that continues to take your joy, there's somebody in your life that is continuing to bring you down, I hope that you're able to go back to the Bible, remind yourself not only about who you are, but who you are through Christ and who Christ is and what he wants for you and how much he loves you. Because then no matter where you're at, you're going to know that you have that. And you're going to be perfectly fine. And you're going to be able to find your joy again in this moment, man, despite your circumstances. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day today. We're out here at the library today. I hope you guys go and y'all are able to have an amazing day. Hope you're able to walk this day with joy. Love you guys. Peace.